Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. I am so happy I get to be here now. I was worried. I'm so sorry. My internet wasn't working. I'm sorry I was running late there, but we are locked and loaded now, getting ready to do this. So it looks like GME so far not doing too much. But I am excited for the days to come, family, especially tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good day today, and I think that it will be an even better day later this week. So very, very excited. Just trying to do something here really fast. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm running late here, trying to get everything going. Internet wasn't working, so I didn't really get to do a lot of the things that I wanted to do up till now. So just kind of bear with me a moment here. Alright, okay. Almost done. Hey. What can I do? Ooh, Robinhood really not working very fast today, or maybe that's my internet still. No, looks like I'm already dropping frames here a little bit, unfortunately, but hopefully that gets a little better. Yeah, things not working too good yet today. GME though, 2103. Sorry, bear with me another little bit here. Just try putting this in. I hate the start of the day because like I'm trying to be paying attention, but I'm also trying to put in these orders. Come on, seriously, how? Okay. So right now, 2104 on GME, not really doing a whole lot. By the way, I just realized that my chat is messing up. There we go. Good morning, Geeko Gadgets. Good morning, Warlord Mohican. Nice to see you guys both. Welcome back. I'm very, very, very excited for the days to come. Sorry, my stuff wasn't working. My internet was not working right this morning, and just now my chat wasn't working, so trying to just get everything going here. Still a work in progress. Yo, what's up, Winks? Yep, it is now. It sure is now. Vata op, sir. But yeah, so I thought today, at some point today, I might talk about the theory of what I think Roaring Kitty was trying to communicate and the timeline on things. Frankly, I think today is going to be a positive day to the upside, but not anything too crazy. But I do actually think tomorrow is our day. So yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, put those rockets. Get us going here. Should be a positive day. That's what I'm looking for. GME right now, 0.42 cost to borrow, not an update in a good little bit, but 0.42 is higher than we were at yesterday. AMC right now, no update since we went live, but 1.51. Not really too much to speak on there. PCC right now, 0.79, pretty low put to call ratio. Good morning, Majanon. Good morning, hero of the day. Great to see you guys both. Welcome back. Appreciate you guys coming in. Nice to see you today. Nice to see you. So Majano and I was talking, yesterday we were talking about timeline on things and all that, and I said, I didn't think that after today I had hope or whatever, because I just couldn't think of things. I started really, thinking through things last night and trying to put together the last little bits of the pieces of that I couldn't really line up. And so I do actually have hope after today. I do actually think tomorrow is the day. And I thought that maybe at some point this morning I would talk about all of my theories this whole time and how it lines up with tomorrow and all that. So whenever we feel like getting around to that. So, that's exciting though. Been liking Balatro. Yeah, Balatro's been pretty fun. Not hating on it, and that's been pretty cool. I keep going back to it every now and then. I feel like now that I've already beaten it a little bit, like, at least one with a deck or two, I feel like I'm a lot less compelled to play, so I don't know. Sells to pay taxes. Just desperate for anything they can come up with. But yeah, so I'm expecting a gradually positive day today. Nothing crazy. I almost actually didn't even want to stream today because it's gonna be a nice positive day, but at the same time, since I think I know the outcome of it, I'm not sitting here being like, is MOAS gonna start any second, so I don't know. I'm not as excited about it, but I do think tomorrow is our day. If everything plays out the way that it's looking, I think that tomorrow is really the exciting start. Today's what I would have considered the start, so it technically means that what I had said yesterday is kind of right, because I still, in my head, I'm considering, the first positive day that I'm expecting today to be kind of the start, but it isn't really the start. Tomorrow's the big start. So that's pretty exciting though. I'm excited to have finally come to that conclusion. Part of the reason why I didn't really want to talk about my theory up to this point is because there was just still a couple holes that I couldn't put the pieces together entirely with, which, I mean, obviously that makes sense then, because I ended up not being on the right day. But now, with moving it to tomorrow, I can't find any more holes that I didn't already cover, like flip mode and like all the tinfoil things. All the things related to the theories and different questions that you would ask with how it lines up then. Like the Kansas City Shuffle, how does that apply and all that. So pretty excited to finally come to that conclusion. And it does line up with the countdown to, if it is even a countdown, for Jared Lang. So I'm kind of expecting that at some point today it'll go down to 1. So we'll see. AMC right now, 419. Probably gonna do just about the same thing that GME does today, which is just a very small stair step up. But I believe, oh man, I'm so sad that I got rid of all my drawings, but we're really close to resistance here, so small stair step up is all we need to be getting against that line. SPY right now, 569.97. Interested to see what SPY ends up doing. Looks like we kinda gapped up a little bit in pre-market this morning. A little bit, I mean, it was like 5 p.m. when it happened. I wonder what happened at 5 p.m. Yo, Tommy. Good morning, Tommy. Welcome back. We earned some this morning. So they got to get kids ready. That's all right. That's all right. Go be a super dad. We'll be here. We'll hold down the fort. GME just gaining very slightly to the upside. Well, realistically, right now, we're pretty much where we ended yesterday, but I expect that we are going to continue to go positive throughout the day today. Don't respect those who promote it. On paper, you look honest. On the outside, looking in. Like, oh wow, look at them, your time passed. Look again, now my glasses to the brim. I'm throwing passes to the rim. Shots be going in. Not too bad for middlemen. Took some jazz. Sava's starting to move again. Sava's a big runner last month or so. Stopped watching Sava because it stopped running as much. But it's already, it's looking really good today. Just saying. Calling Sav out as soon as I can, and that looks really good. Currently 29.69 and pushing up. I do think that this is going to be a big week for squeezes. Lunar, L-U-N-R. Also looking really, really good, really ready to rip more and more to the upside. Lunar was a big squeezer last month or so. I was bad like Mike. Palantir looking really good and above $40. Look at you, Palantir. CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines, looking very similar. The Palantir's chart right now looking very similar to some of the others. Novavax as well. Novavax looking like it wants to really push up in a big way. 1344. SPY moving up 570.50. SPY just gonna inch its way upwards throughout the day today.
I'm in the whip with authority, looking like Sky Bree, she got a body, ayy. And she been calling me daddy lately, want me to put her in Cartiers, and the bitch deserve it. Put in work for the money, she earn it. Give me top every night, lip service. Never gotta block these hoes, she worth it. I'm out in Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch, look like Sky Bree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that Molly, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch, look like Sky Bree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that Molly, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch, look like Sky Bree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that Molly, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch, look like Sky Bree, ooh.
It's gonna be one of those kind of days. I think it's gonna be kind of slow day. I mean, we're at least gonna be positive. I think throughout the day today. I don't really gotta have a day like yesterday. It was just kind of slowly ticking downwards. But it's just gonna be kind of like a wait for the day to finish kind of day. For me, at least. See if there's any surprises throughout the day, though.
Like Sky Bree, ooh, right beside me, in the phantom off that Molly, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch look like Sky Bree, ooh, right beside me, in the phantom off that Molly, yeah.
Good morning, DA. Morning.
Nothing in the world could ever be good again. I've been nothing but a girl who really should be nothing less. Don't mess up, and don't you tell us so how you actually feel. If you do, then they'll cut you right at the heel.
Oi. So today is the start of the climb up, and tomorrow should be a big day. So that's where we're at right now. Should be a nice, positive green day. AMC 421. AMC really having a bad time lately. Down to 412 yesterday. I do think that AMC probably has found its bottom though, and is gonna continue to climb throughout the day today, just like GME. Above about 2160. $21.20 right now. I'd feel like 40-cent climb up to $21.60. That feels very plausible. What can we find that's going on? Buru up 76% today. Looks like a lot of its run has already happened, so not really going to pay too much attention to that for now. Sava above $30 though, $30.27 right now. Sava looking very strong. Lunar up to $8. Seem to be the big runners for now. And Palantir, can't forget about Palantir. Palantir just crushing it today, $40.65. Carnival Cruise Lines, $18.75. Zim, that's another one, $19.52. Week of squeezes. NCLH, yo, welcome back, John. Yeah, Norwegian Cruise Lines and Carnival Cruise Lines both looking really good. SPY climbing to the upside now, 571.30. New intraday high being made. I think the whole market in general, for the most part, is gonna have a good day. Was very red in the market yesterday, so we're kind of due for it. Is this still an updated heat map? Okay, I was gonna say, wow, okay, because that was yesterday's. Okay, so yeah, just a lot more green in the market today. I was looking to see if Nvidia is continuing to be green. Nvidia is still up 3% on the day. Up to 131.60 now. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I think it should when everything else does its thing. GME 2118 just slowly ticking its way up. It's moving like it's AMC today. Just a penny at a time. But this is gonna be our day, I think. Just a couple spikes upward. QQQ up 1%. Woo! Not the same for DJI. QQQ looking pretty good though. IWM was down to 216.68 today, went down to 215.87 yesterday. Oh man, IWM. Up to 218 though today. See what that ends up doing. I kind of do expect most of the market to rally. Chewy looking good, 29.25. Chewy probably gonna break above 30 again today if it keeps this up. SoFi's looking really nice. SoFi up to $8.42. FFIE still continuing to drop throughout the days. FFIE still on the threshold securities list. I would imagine this one is going to get a pop one of these days. But FFIE really not showing the signs of rallying and getting ready to squeeze like a lot of the others are. The weakest we've seen HKD look in a couple days now. HKD definitely not following GME's price movement today. Tesla consolidating right at 244 right now. Came all the way down to 240.10 in pre-market. $21.05 GME. It's just going to be a slow stair step up today. Not expecting anything too crazy. Q's looking really good though. Q's 486.57. Q's have really been lagging behind progress of SPY, so Q's really do have a lot of room to run to the upside. Delta Airlines with a big jump right off the bat. Just lots of them. Nvidia really crushing it though right now. 131.72 on Nvidia and still pushing up.
Artificial love. Artificial love. Artificial love. We just make it up. Cause reality will never be good enough. And even if it was, we just mess it up. Cause we already lost. Addicted to the rush. I never meant to fall. All I wanted was a touch. Cause we already lost. Addicted to the rush.
Ugh. What can we do? Was a Richard Newton video. We'll probably end up watching Richard at some point today. Humasite not really doing a whole lot today. 553 on Humasite. Humasite did have that rally yesterday, but just been trading sideways ever since then.
Artificial love. Artificial love. Artificial love. We just make it up. Cause reality will never be good enough. And even if it was, we just mess it up. Artificial love.
Trying to see if I can find anything interesting, particularly going on that we haven't really looked at or called out. Not really seeing anything too much. Yeah, didn't it? That's what I was thinking too. It did sound intriguing. There was something that happened on the 20th of September to make a run-up happen. Or melt up, in his words. But there's only one video, and it's only 10:13, so I feel like I gotta wait a while. Yo, I appreciate you skiing. I hope you have a great time, man. Miss you, brother. Good, good. Just get through today. Tomorrow's gonna be a much better day for all of us. AGRI looking interesting. Up 30% on the day. It's a penny stock at 6 cents. AGRI looking interesting. crazy over there. Hopefully everything turns out okay with that. AGRI is kind of at an interesting spot right now. It's right around this EMA 200. Right, looks like right around where it got rejected last time. So I don't know if AGRI is going to rip a lot more or if it's actually going to get rejected here or not. But it is looking promising. It does look nice, you know. But very overbought on the RSI, so do with that as you will. GME now actually second day in a row with red daily MACD again. Did manage to shift us down there. And we actually had 5 red days in a row. Rough. $20.95 on GME right now, right around the EMA 200 on the 1 minute chart. Should get a bounce around here and push up for higher highs at some point. Today's gotta be the day. Boy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm going to be the one to say it. I don't think today is the day, but I do think tomorrow is shaping up to be the day. It's gonna be dependent on how much we really start pushing up into the resistance here today, but I do think that's what we're setting up to do. Ooh, sizable drop from AGRI there. Sort of, I mean, but, you know, it's like 20%. some point today, I want to go over my theory on why I think it's it's been coming up all this time, and why it's now tomorrow in my mind. But I don't want to go over it like 10 times today. So you know, at some point when it seems like a good time to kind of go over it, we'll just go over it once and see if you guys agree with me there. But maybe here in a little bit. Ooh, sorry, that was probably really loud. I apologize. It was not meant to be that loud. That was probably really loud. That was like as loud as it goes for you guys, my bad. At least in terms of the YouTube video. 2 p.m.? Alright, no problem. Oh, seems like it's just gonna be a waiting game though. $20.92 for GME right now. Waiting for it to push up. Should get a bounce here very soon and start pushing up to higher highs. Oh, that's alright, no problem. So you mean noon then? I assume. So hour and a half from here, we'll probably put on Richard here in a little bit. And because I just kind of expect today to kind of be a mostly like slow-paced day. So we're gonna put on Richard here soon. Okay, well, honestly, this is probably the earliest we've ever put on Richard, but I just kind of feel like the market right now isn't very exciting for me. It's probably about the same for most people. I think we're waiting for GameStop to do its thing, and it's not really doing much. I'm gonna put on Richard Newton right now. I'm just kind of, you know, I could probably use a little bit of refreshing my drink and whatnot here anyways, so let me go take care of that, put him on. We'll just kind of chill out here and watch Richard here for a new little bit, because I am really interested in what Richard has to say today. The title of this video is "What Happened on September 20th and Did It Prime GameStop for a Run?" Richard Newton, if anybody doesn't know, is somebody we put on the stream here from time to time, pretty commonly. His YouTube channel's named Richard Newton. He does a lot of deep dive information into GameStop and just kind of talks about it a lot. Been doing it for a really long time. Does a really good job. So if that sounds cool to you, you guys should definitely check out his channel, Richard Newton. He did give me permission to put on his videos. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And then after this is about a 30-minute video or so, and then we'll get back to checking out the market, see what things are up to then.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. Drinking our coffee, talking about GameStop. So I made this meme this morning because it's like I'll see people say something about GameStop, and even if they're kind of nuanced about the way they're trying to deride the company, it's usually just like a couple of points, maybe something negative about Ryan Cohen. I don't know, they'll slip something else in there, but this is about it. This is the short thesis right here. GameStop's revenue is declining. Yep, for now. GameStop has no plan. I would say they do. They basically put it right there at the top of their 10Qs and 10Ks if you care to read them. GameStop only has 4.6 billion. They've actually now gone to like saying that this is bad. It's kind of interesting. It's a great tactic, as if being flush with more cash than the federal government is a bad thing. And then they're only profitable because of interest. But it's like the company has done a huge turnaround from losing hundreds of millions of dollars a quarter, very concerning, to very small losses each quarter, which are completely offset by interest. So they're steadily gaining money. It's great. And then we wanted to talk about some Pokemon here. So opened a Elite Trainer box, and then we just threw all the packs, all the extra packs, into a shoebox, and then we open one pack a day after we play. But so we're not like cracking a whole box all at once or anything like that. But we got the promo, which is this teal mask Ogerpon, and they're all right, like not too shabby for a basic Pokemon. But what I thought was kind of nice was we opened the one pack, and we got the same guy, but he's just a little foil. And then we also got an Eevee. Let's go. He's just a normal Eevee, but can't go wrong with an Eevee and a Leafeon. So Eevee turns into like Leafeon, Sylveon, Flareon. That's why I like Eevee the best. Turns into all kinds of different Pokemons, and they're adorable. So opened that pack. I was like, all right, that's a pretty decent pack. Got like none of the pulls are worth anything, but it's not really about what they're worth to me. So yeah, and then let's go ahead and talk about GameStop. So in the pre-market here, what are we doing? We're up 2 cents. We had a bad day yesterday, down a couple of percent. Overall market sold off gigantic. It looks like the China market is collapsing. We've been kind of on this downtrend ever since, blipping up strongly. This was the share offering, blipped up strongly on the 20th out of there on enormous volume, like 62 million volume. You can see back there, lots of potential buy actioning happening. Hit like $22 or $23, then have been coming down again in a pretty classic like straight rundown. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to make of it anymore. But anyway, let's look at what the total market's doing in the pre-market, up a bit. Look at some of the other ones, kind of flat. XRT doing really interesting things. We're going to talk about XRT. It had big volume. Was it? Yeah, the 4th, so Friday. Huge volume, 9.2 million volume. Like, it occasionally has big volume. Usually when GameStop runs up, though. Like you can see back here, when GameStop's had its big moves on May 14th. Look at the volume on XRT, 28 million volume. Are you joking me? And then on the 6th and 7th, big volume, 8 million, and then 12 million. So it does things when GameStop does things. Very interesting. Back here, 9 million volume on May 1st. It's clearly used to manipulate GameStop to a tremendous degree. Always has been. And then, so we've got our chart here and our triangle, made the lines bigger and pinker. And we're cruising down into the triangle of, what do I call it? The wedge of dreams. So we'll see when this thing ends, but the next Fed meeting is like right out here. So we'll see what happens. Wanted to talk about here a couple of data points. So we can see someone sent me a message. They said, hey, if the 20th was some kind of huge buy-in happening with gigantic volume that day, look for a melt up to maybe start on the 8th here and maybe cruise through, like leading up into late October, maybe near National Cat Day. They're saying that's essentially what happened when Roaring Kitty bought in on June 13th. Big buy-in happened, 4 million shares. Melt up began, concluding about 35 calendar days out in the middle of July. So we could see something like that. I've just got it indicated there on the chart. And then I've got the Fed's meeting on the chart happening shortly after that. So the next Fed meeting is going to happen on November 7th, right after the election. So this is an exciting month to come here. There's all these events happening, macro econ right here, macro political here with the elections, National Cat Day. This is DFE's nom de plume, like his other Reddit account posts every year on this day. And we did have a cycle happen 2 years ago on Halloween. So worth mentioning. But perhaps most importantly of all, GameStop's Q3 ends on October 31st. So we've just got how many trading days here? We've got about 3.5 weeks until the end of Q3. I'm just, kind of what you got to do is just buckle down and, as I was doing from here to here to, oops. How do I close that? To here to here, just watching the stock get pounded down for no reason. It's like, yeah, all of a sudden retail was just like, we went through all this. I'm going to sell as the company becomes increasingly healthy. Makes no sense. And then explode out of here, and then the same thing's happening, right? And companies getting healthier and healthier. First Q2 profitability in a lifetime, and then we're coming up on a Q3, hopefully post a profit again, and I'm going to decide to sell after all. No. So yeah, we just have to buckle up. You're like, I've already been buckled up. So, and we'll see what happens as we cruise along here. So other things worth mentioning here, long volume came in decently, like 53% long volume yesterday with the price getting crushed down. ETFs are doing weird things. So here is something worth mentioning. You can see that during 2020 and 2021, I had shown XRT had hit like a high back here, and it deviated strongly in terms of creation from the overall market, the overall small caps. So there was great during 2021 creation of XRT. You can see it in green here in the background, and the price of XRT was very high. So was it dragged up by GameStop? Was it a containment strategy for GameStop? It then went on reg show, like immediately to end that year, and then all through the next year for a full year. So right now, XRT hit a low of units outstanding of 3.7 million shares on Friday, and then yesterday blipped up to 7.1 million shares. So it doubled the number of outstanding shares in one day. What's up with that? Off of that big volume on Friday. So it lags. So really it was Friday. For some reason, someone ordered creation of an incredible number of units of XRT on Friday. Why? Does it have to be GameStop related? I mean, most things are GameStop related in one way or another, but what's going on here? And so everything's creating now. Went through kind of a low here on ETFs. They were redeeming them, and now everything's creating. Should that produce demand on GameStop? Theoretically. We're down in the pre-market. What's going on? Why am I looking at XRT here? Go over to GameStop. Oh no, we're up in the pre-market. So is GameStop going to launch? I don't know. It can't really launch too far without breaking out of the triangle here. So we'll see. Is the triangle going to break early, or is it going to go near the end? The last one, I don't know how far it went into the very end of the triangle. This triangle has been lasting for just about 5 months now. Yeah, 5-month-old triangle. So this is like a baby triangle, honestly. The other triangle lasted like 3 years. So we'll see. That's what I'm looking at the moment. You can see this is worth looking at. I didn't realize that you could just click on this part right here and change the shares available. So I've been talking about how the shares available to borrow is dropping way down, which is so interesting because there were 4 million available, which is a ton of shares available to borrow up until whatever happened on September 20th. So someone bought all the shares, and that was on OPEX, on quad witching, pushed options into the money, probably demanded delivery of shares that were being hedged with lent shares, not owned shares, right? So market makers were probably naked again. Someone came in and said, oh, give me all those shares. Now the lend pool is dry, fairly so. And I didn't realize you could just click the little drop down here and look at the weekly. Super helpful actually, because check this out. You can see this was going into the end of the last year, had a big run up at the very end of tail end of November, beginning of December, before earnings. No news, 60-something million volume. Was it an OPEX? It was not December OPEX yet. But you can see big lend pool up until that point, depleted. So someone borrowed to hedge, and someone demanded delivery of a ton of shares, and then the lend pool was empty all the way until May, end of April really, when it was completely empty. And actually it was basically completely empty going into the March earnings call, which was a good earnings call. Stock began to launch and then was abruptly jammed super hard down to $10. So let me go back to the graph so people can see what I'm talking about here. So essentially we're looking at big lend pool available back here. Huge volume comes in, 60 some odd million volume. All the shares in the lend pool are suddenly gone. They're gone all the way to this earnings call here. Pretty decent volume. And the stock begins to run. This is when Chewy and GameStop strongly diverged. They were channeling with each other all through this period, like lockstep. And then Chewy goes up, GameStop goes down here. Lend pool is gone. Look at this. No shares available to borrow for GameStop. And cost to borrow begins moving up. You can see cost to borrow moved up here, cost to borrow moved up here. And this is when all the events of May and June happen, is off of having no volume. And with the share offerings, shares become available again, but now they're all gone again after September 20th, quad witching, options, and so forth. So what happened? And is this, I mean, to me, this is the like, as long as there's shares available to borrow, I'm not getting excited at all, especially millions of shares, because that just gives them incredible flexibility to walk the stock down, to do like where they jam it down, then immediately buy back the shares, jam it down, buy back the shares. Now it's like their ammunition is gone. Price is very low. If any big buyers come in and decide this is an attractive point to buy GameStop, how are they going to get those people those shares? They're going to have to internalize those orders. They're going to have to naked short the thing, and their obligation pile is just going to expand. We can see here we're slightly below max pain. This is short volume. Haven't seen any interesting stock exchange happenings yet of interest. Let's see how many days out we are from like something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that 9-day thing on the New York Stock Exchange doesn't really seem to be doing anything anymore, because yesterday would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yesterday would have been 9 days out when the price went down, not up, from like this big volume. And we had this big volume here on, that was the 20th actually, kind of interesting. What else is worth mentioning? Talked about how XRT had sudden, very strong creation that should demand GameStop, but GameStop's going down. So are they just failing XRT? Probably. This will cause the short percent on XRT to drop off dramatically, but it's really just because the shares sold short haven't really changed. The outstanding just doubled. And then let's go ahead. I have not looked at Roaring Kitty's charts at all since like yesterday or something like that. So we are leaning towards the oversold side on RSI. You can see we're trending down right here in the short term. When are we going to break out? How low are they going to get it? Are they going to be able to get it into, did they get it into the 19s yesterday? I don't think they did, right? To be honest, I was working on something else and wasn't. No, 2081 was the lowest. Are they gonna go for a new low without a share offering happening? Be interesting. The RSI is not as oversold as when the share offering started. That wasn't that long ago, just a month or so ago. And then down here, leaning on the oversold side, leaning on our midline. Don't want to see us cross below this midline. The support on RSI on the weekly and the monthly has been like holding up really strongly since the events of May. We'll see if it can continue to maintain. And then down here at the bottom, ACD still in the orange. Definitely uncrossed our exponential trigger here. So uncrossed, uncrossed, still crossed, but not looking too hot here. And then down here, we're not crossed. Right here, we're like right on line. So everything's getting like compressed though. Closer and closer and closer. You can just see the triangle. Downward sloping though. And then we'll look at utilization. Still very low, honestly, considering we were locked in. People were so excited. I was so excited. We were at 100% utilization for an incredible length of time back here in 2022. And then they just dumped the price off a cliff and utilization went down at the same time. It's like, yeah, that's a big giant swap right there. They were like, oh, GameStop's profitable. Insiders buying like crazy. This was in June of 2023, and they were just like, yeah, just swap it. You swap, bam. Another big swap back here because GameStop started to rise up again. Bam. And you can see cost to borrow dropping even though price is dropping. Seems obvious. And then here we go, cost to borrow in the background. Started to run up with that December move, and they were probably just like, you know what? Do another swap. Boom. So I'm just guessing more time, more pressure. Some really big institutions have really big negative holdings on GameStop. They're trying to tell me to sell. But I don't think so. And then let's go ahead and look at the IV data. So IV is steadily dropping. We should see it begin to pick up a couple of weeks out from earnings. So we could probably put that on here. So our earnings call is going to be, I put it on here, December 4th, which means we should see IV pick up in the middle of, like, somewhere around here after Botox Day. IV should pick up. All right, so that's all our data points of interest. I think I covered everything. Really looking forward to a big Q3 though. Want to see GameStop. Worth mentioning would be this. Back in the day, I was extremely hyped for seeing 4 consecutive quarters of GameStop being profitable. We could get that in 2 months because it's just 2 months away. Q4 at the end of 2023 was profitable. And then Q1 of this year was not, but then Q2 was. So we're already net positive on the last 3 quarters. So as long as we don't have a super terrible Q3, we'll have a year of profitability. That's one of the metrics for which to join S&P 500, to have a year of profitability and the most recent quarter being profitable. So at this point, right here in December, assuming all goes well, we'll have every criteria met to be in the S&P 500 except for market cap. So market cap needs to go up. We're currently at a market cap of 9.5 million. We need to go up about 5 billion or 6 billion on market cap, which could happen. It's like $33 a share. GameStop's market cap moves around pretty strongly. So we need to get to where? Let's see on the graph here. Yeah, that's a ways away. It's like up here where it was when it was peaking in June and May, but like 15 some odd billion in market cap. So we got to move up to here, but all the other metrics being met is really good. I mean, when was the last time that could be said about GameStop? Long time. 4 consecutive quarters of, or 4 quarters in total with profit overall. That's another like 2017 era type thing. Couple posts just to talk about really quick here. Go through these guys. Someone fixed this meme. Go out of business. It's like, isn't this the truth? Like, GameStop's just running ahead, getting further and further. Like, there's no stopping this train. I don't know what they're delusional at this point to try to stop GameStop, but they're going to keep trying, which shows me the harder they fight, like the idea that it just is going to like run down for the last like several months, and especially like what it's been doing recently is like so telling to me. I'm like, man, their position must be bad if they're willing to keep fighting this hard on it, especially against a company that, zoom in on this, has things happening for it, like little things here and there. But this is an established company, so it's not like they have to come out and like gobble up a huge market share. As the Kurt Wolf said in his interview, GameStop's got a decent moat. Like, where else do you go for gaming and stuff like that and collectibles? There's other places, but it's not the same thing as GameStop. So it's got a decent moat. It's got a fanatical fan base, and now they're intersecting with PSA here, and they're going to give you a deal. So I feel like $16 is expensive. Like, if I send 10 cards in, like, I should get a discount, but I don't know. I don't know what the overhead is. It seems like look up a card, make sure it's legit, wrap it in plastic, send it back to a person. Is that worth $16? I don't know. So this is a good deal though. GameStop's expanding or foraying into PSA grading, and if you can get a better deal as a pro than you can being a PSA member, I think that's wonderful. Like, keep the synergy going. So soft launch should start today, if we can trust a bro here. And you got to trust. You just got to trust. And then we got here. I'm a big fan of the CandyCon controllers. You can actually see the one like right behind me here. And then they've got this one that's essentially the same thing, but you put your phone in it. The Raptor 8. I got to say, Atrix and GameStop branded electronics are very good. In fact, like most things I'm using, this mouse I'm using, all my accessories are GameStop Atrix brand. So great job, GameStop, on the new thing. And then one of their project leads here, Beely, is asking or talking to the community about, well, they're talking about the Raptor 8. So he posted about it. And he led the launch of this project. Great job. Let's say, keep it up. Love what you're doing. And this person's saying, hey, could you make a mouse that competes with the 502? I would agree. I've bought like 6 of these 502s from GameStop. I've got like one at work, one here. All my stuff at home has like one sitting to the side when it needs to be plugged in or whatever. Got one in my work bag. But if they made a GameStop mouse that was like as nice and friendly as the 502, I would use it like crazy. So they're basically saying if it gets 1,000 likes, then we'll look into making it. It only did it get 1,000 likes? It didn't even get close to 1,000 likes. All right, so we're gonna post this in the description. If you care, go ahead and go like his thing here. And then I got to shout out Nosary Bob, continuing to buy Pokemon. Bought the Ivysaur here, mint 10, amazing. There's like no Pokemon on the site right now. I had mentioned this guy, and they continue to go up in price. Yeah, like look at this. Moving, ooh, this one's, but like they've moved up like $100 in just a few days. There's some other Pikachus here, very nice. These were not on here yesterday. In fact, the only ones that were on there when I checked last was just like 3 of these. So inventory is just moving super quick. It'd be neat if somebody was tracking all the inventory. Super cool. And then I liked that their GameStop social media guy is continuing to talk to this issue. It seems to be like one of his main missions is talking to the fact that you don't own something unless you've got the physical thing in front of you, honestly. And I realized this long ago. I used to have Amazon Prime, and I bought like 3 movies on there. And immediately I was like, this is a scam, because I canceled my Amazon Prime, and then I lost access to all my movies. And I was like, why would I build a library of movies that, number one, I have to stream, which is like, what if my internet's down? What if it's like, internet or whatever goes down, I just want to hang out with my family, watch a movie. I can't even do that. I can't even take them out like camping or something, or I don't know, on a little portable movie player like we used to do as kids, and watch a movie with like, what? Like, what is going on in this world where like things are less good than before because corporations just want to take control and take profit on literally everything. It's like, no, give me a physical disc. Like, I wish I still had my discs for Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy Tactics and all those things. And I'm not buying digital anymore. I refuse to, on principle. And I don't even have any services. I have no streaming services, none of that. I can't participate in a system that just wants to extract all value from me as a consumer and doesn't respect me. Basically, the only thing they respect is making money. It's a joke. And I just want to own the things that I buy because it's my money that I'm exchanging to you, and I'm not signing up for a subscription ever again. It's just, I want no part of it. So I love that GameStop's harping about this. Good job, GameStop. Bring awareness to this issue. It's a terribly important issue. And unfortunately, you've got a big group here in the middle. I love the face too. It's just like, this is literally them. They'll tell you all the reasons why you're wrong, and they think that they're like the smartest, most sensible person in the room to tell you why know that era of physical gaming was the worst. You're looking at it with rose-colored glasses, all this different stuff, and it's like, imagine buying a car, or imagine just leasing a car, right? That's what you're doing. You're leasing. You don't own it. Like your entire Steam library, you don't own any of those things. They're not yours. There's no value there. All they did was took the $3 or $4 or $5 that they could have given to you as a customer to give you the disc, extracted that from you, and made you download a game that was like 700 gigabytes, and you might as well have just gone and bought it, like on a disc. I don't know, and had the disc forever. Just the whole thing to me, I saw it coming. I've seen it just happening steadily and steadily and steadily, and I don't know. It bothers me so much. What companies think is a good idea. Like I saw one recently, someone I think posted on Supersong, where like even a mouse, they want to make your peripheral to your computer, your mouse, a subscription service. So they can like give you upgrades and increase features. How about I just buy a mouse and it's a quality product and it just works? Why does everything have to be a subscription? It's just, no, I'm not cool with it. So like at this point in time, I have like 0 subscription services to anything. I don't have Amazon Prime. I don't have any of that stuff because it's just a hard no for me to participate in this financial world where everything is an extraction. Well, I have GameStop Pros. That's a subscription service. And I got Costco.